Hey everybody, welcome to my latest Stories in a Song video here on YouTube. Well, today in the background, you can see today's song playing. That is Mighty Quinn, Quinn the Eskimo by Manfred Mann from 1968, written by Bob Dylan. Hopefully I've got this camera lined up a little bit better than last time. Y'all can see everything that goes on in this video without a problem this time, I hope. This is my first Manfred Mann song on my YouTube playlist, My Karaoke Songs, and my 308th video on there in total. Personally, this song is much like one of my recent video songs, Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix, in that the only part of the song I could remember was the chorus. But it has stuck with me for many years, going back to the Detroit Oldies station 104.3 WOMC that I heard as a teenager in the backyard in Chatham, Ontario. From what I could remember of the lyrics, which was only part of the chorus, I thought the song was about a circus at which one of the attractions was a strongman called the Mighty Quinn, and the singer was assuming the role of a carnival barker, telling everyone to come and see the Mighty Quinn for themselves. Turns out, the real story behind the song is quite a bit different. The subject of the song is the arrival of Quinn, an Eskimo, who prefers a more relaxed lifestyle. Quote, jumping queues and making haste just ain't my cup of meat, unquote, and refuses hard work. Quote, just tell me where to put 'em and I'll tell you who to call, unquote, but brings joy to the people. Oliver Traeger, in his book about Bob Dylan, wrote that Dylan is widely believed to have derived the title character from actor Anthony Quinn's role as an Eskimo in the 1960 movie The Savage Innocents. Can't say I've ever seen that movie. Might have to look that one up. Dylan has also been quoted as saying that the song was nothing more than a, quote, simple nursery rhyme, unquote. The 2004 Chicago Tribune article said the song was named after filmmaker Gordon Quinn, co-founder of Cartoon Quinn Films, who had given Dylan and filmmaker Howard Alk uncredited editing assistance on Eat the Document, a documentary of Dylan's 1966 tour of parts of Europe with the Hawks. And now here's a little bit of information about the writer of Mighty Quinn, Bob Dylan. I didn't even know Bob Dylan wrote this song until I started to research it. I was wondering who wrote it, and I found out it was Bob Dylan. Dylan was born Robert Allen Zimmerman on May 24th, 1941. So he is now aged 84. In Duluth, Minnesota, he was born. One of the most influential singers and songwriters of the 20th century. He was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1982. He won the 2016 Nobel Prize in Literature. He has been known by the alias Blind Boy Grunt. He was a member of Artists United Against Apartheid and USA for Africa in 1985 and Traveling Wilburys from 1988 to 1990. His son is Jacob Dylan, a member of the Wallflowers. The next couple of items actually directly relate to Mighty Quinn. The band periodically released albums with Dylan and were his backing band for 10 years. The New Basement Tapes was a musical group brought together in 2014 by producer T-Bone Burnett to record a new album of tracks based on song lyrics penned by Dylan in 1967, including Mighty Quinn. Dylan is the 15th most covered composer or author, the 3rd most covered performer, and the 375th most covering performer. He has written or co-written 405 songs that have been released by more than one artist, including Mighty Quinn, from Song to Woody, originally by Bob Dylan on November 20th, 1961, to Tell Old Bill, originally by Blue Raincoat on November 17th, 2021. His most covered song is Blowin' in the Wind, originally recorded by Bob Dylan on July 9th, 1962, and released by the Chad Mitchell Trio in January 1963, which has been covered by 453 different artists. Mighty Quinn is 20th on that list, having been covered by 100 different artists. I'll say more about the cover versions of Mighty Quinn later. This is my 4th Dylan written song on YouTube. My first 3 were Girl from the North Country, video number 15, You Ain't Going Nowhere, number 29, and My Back Pages, number 263. I'm sure there will be more. Before I started researching Mighty Quinn, one of the things I wondered was who wrote it. This is kind of what I said earlier. But now here is some information about the original recording of Mighty Quinn. The first two known recordings of the song date to July 1967, made during Bob Dylan and the band's Basement Tapes Woodstock sessions. The Basement Tapes is a collection of over 100 songs recorded by Dylan and his then backing group, The Band, in West Saugerties, New York, just outside Woodstock. Recording sessions began in a den known as the Red Room in Dylan's home, before moving to an improvised recording studio in the basement of a house known as Big Pink, where Rick Danko, Richard Manuel, and Garth Hudson lived. Now here's some information about Manfred Mann's recording of Mighty Quinn. It is unclear how exactly Manfred Mann became aware of the song, but they picked it up and recorded it in December 1967. The recording is in a pop rock style and was produced by English musician and record producer Mike Hurst. The personnel who played on the recording were Manfred Mann, whose name was also the name of the band, on keyboards and backing vocals, Tom McGuinness on guitar and backing vocals, Mike Dabo on lead vocals, Mike Hugg on drums and percussion, and Klaus Wurman on bass, woodwind, and backing vocals. I'll say more about them in the artist bio section later. Now here's some information about the release of Manfred Mann's recording of Mighty Quinn. Manfred Mann released Mighty Quinn as a single in the US on January 8, 1968, with B-side By Request Edwin Garvey, written by Dabo, on Mercury Records. Edwin Garvey was a fictional character made up by the band in much the same way as the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper. A UK single followed within a week, released on January 12th on the Fontana label. Now here's some information about the chart performance of Manfred Mann's Mighty Quinn, which was the song's second recording and first release. Their version reached number 1 on the UK singles chart for the week of February 14th, 1968, Valentine's Day, and remained there the following week. It replaced Love Affair's Everlasting Love in the top spot, and was replaced by Esther and Abby Ophirum's Cinderella Rockefeller. It also charted on the American Billboard Hot 100 chart, debuting at number 68 on March 2nd, when Paul Moriarty's Love is Blue was in the number 1 spot. Here's an old album of Moriarty that has Love is Blue on it. This is one that my mom had. Must have been from around that time, 1968. It's called Blooming Hits, Paul Moriarty and His Orchestra. The woman on the cover there kind of looks like Claudia Cardinale, sort of, but don't know exactly who that is, but there's an album with it. Love is Blue on it, right on. And let's see here. 1 week later, on March 9th, 1968, Mighty Quinn jumped into the top 40 at number 35, giving Manfred Mann their 4th top 40 hit on that chart. They would end up with 7, the last 3 of which came as Manfred Mann's Earth Band in the 70s and 80s. Love is Blue was still on top on March 9th. Mighty Quinn stayed in the top 40 for 10 weeks, peaking at number 10 for 2 weeks, April 13th and 20th. Bobby Goldsborough's Honey was number 1 in both of those weeks. I made a YouTube video of Honey a while back, number 242. Mighty Quinn was outdone for the top spot by Union Gap featuring Gary Puckett's Young Girl, a song that's on my list for future videos at number 48, so 28 videos from now. Otis Redding's Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, Box Tops' Cry Like a Baby, Aretha Franklin's Sweet Sweet Baby Since You've Been Gone, Beatles' Lady Madonna, Georgie Fame's The Ballad of Bonnie and Clyde, Delphonics' La La Means I Love You, Monkeys' Valerie, Sly and the Family Stone's Dance to the Music, excuse me, goodness, and James Brown and the Famous Flames' I Got the Feeling. Mighty Quinn reached number 4 in Cashbox on April 6th. On other charts, it peaked at number 1 in Ireland, New Zealand, Sweden, and West Germany, number 2 in the Netherlands on 2 different charts, Norway and Switzerland, number 3 in Canada, number 4 in Austria, number 8 in Australia, and number 14 in South Africa. On the year-end charts for 1968, Mighty Quinn ranked number 20 in the UK, number 35 on US Cashbox, number 37 in Canada, number 55 in Australia, and number 82 on US Billboard Hot 100. Now, here's some information about the album appearances of Mighty Quinn. Its first album appearance was in the US, released on May 6, 1968, where Mercury included it as the title track of Manfred Mann's 5th studio album, in which it was track 1 on side 1. The album cover has a purple background with many blue stars on it to represent the night sky. At the bottom in green and red is a drawing of a city skyline with tall buildings. In the middle is a photo of an Inuit man's head. The man's body is in the form of a white bird, such that may be seen in the far north. Around and above the man bird is the album title and band name in red, with red beams projecting from the bird and buildings. The UK version of the album was released on June 28, 1968 on the Fontana label, in which Mighty Quinn was track 7 on side 1. This album's cover art is different than the US release. It has a black background. The group photo of the band members is at the bottom, with each member dressed differently. Behind the band members is a photo of a man's bare back, shoulders, and neck in a muscular pose. The album title, Mighty Garvey, is at the top in yellow, with 3 vertical yellow stars on the left. The band name is below in blue, outlined in green. Now, here is some information about the criticism of Mighty Quinn. An advertisement by Mercury Records in the February 24, 1968 issue of Billboard magazine on page 85 uses the full waist-up photo of the Inuit man, only the head section was in the album cover, credited to the Bettman Archive, with a photo of the band members appearing to be in the Inuit man's lap with his arms around them. The ad says, quote, "#1 in England and mushing on in America, Mercury has the mammoth, the Mighty Quinn, Manfred Mann," unquote. In the February 10, 1968 issue of Billboard magazine on page 54 in the Top 60 Pop Spotlight section, a review of the single states, quote, "Currently riding in the top 10 on the British charts, this intriguing Bob Dylan number should quickly bring the Man Group to a high spot on the Hot 100, unquote. Record World, in their February 10th issue on page 8, in their single reviews, 4-star picks, states, quote, "A new Bob Dylan song interpreted gaily by Manfred Mann, sure to make its mark," unquote. And Cashbox magazine, in their February 10th issue on page 30, called it a, quote, "funky rock track with, quote, a trace of calypso to add zest to a tremendous effort." And I actually looked for that Cashbox review in that issue of their magazine on that page, but I could not find it anywhere. I pored over it for several minutes, and they had a lot of reviews in there, but I couldn't find the Manfred Mann Mighty Quinn one there. So I don't know if that's from a different song, from a different single that they got that there, but apparently it's there. I couldn't find it, but I included it anyway. Now here's some information about the cover versions of Mighty Quinn. 115 cover versions of Mighty Quinn have been released to date, making it the 83rd most covered work of all works released in 1967. What a Wonderful World, originally by Louis Armstrong, is #1 on that list, having been the subject of 1,063 covers and 25 adaptations. 9 adaptations of Mighty Quinn have been released so far. Of the 115 cover versions of Mighty Quinn, 87 of them are in English, 15 are instrumentals, 1 is in Czech, 1 is in Dutch, 1 is in Finnish, 2 are in French, 1 is in German, 3 are in Italian, 1 is in Norwegian, 1 is in Swedish, and 2 are in Spanish. Out of the 87 English versions, I have heard of artists involved in 27 of them. I will mention the first 10 of those in chronological order. So, first, by the subject artist of this entire video, UK rock band Manfred Mann, on January 12, 1968, on their Fontana single with B-side By Request, Edwin Garvey. Then on June 28, 1968, on their Fontana album, Mighty Garvey. I've already described the album cover in detail when discussing their release of the song, so I won't do that again. The album also includes their originals, Country Dancing, and Each and Every Day. Their version of Mighty Quinn is rated the best by secondhandsongs.com. Second, by UK guitarist, session musician, and arranger, producer of covers of popular hit songs and melodies, Avenue Recording, Alan Caddy, in April 1968 on his Marble Arch Records album, Chartbusters. The album cover has a white background with a photo of a band performing, with the drummer in foreground with long blonde hair wearing a red shirt with black stripes and black pants. 2 other band members are partly visible in the background, one with dark hair and glasses in a blue shirt with black stripes, and another who is bald, wearing glasses and a black shirt. The album title is at the top in red with some of the song titles in green below. The album also includes his covers of Carl Ballew's original Am I That Easy to Forget, Georgie Fame's original Ballad of Bonnie and Clyde, The Monkees original, Daydream Believer, Box Tops original, Everything I Am, The Moves original, Fire Brigade, Brenton Woods original, Gimme Little Sign, The Beatles original, Hello Goodbye, The Tremolos original, Suddenly You Love Me, The Scaffolds original, Thank You Very Much, and Petula Clark's original, The Other Man's Grass. And in December 1968, on his Marble Arch Records album, Top Chart Busters of 68. Its secondary title is 12 number one hits of 1968. All but one of the 12 tracks got to number one in the UK. The album cover has a white background with a photo of a concert audience taken from the perspective of the musicians on stage. Part of a cymbal in the drum set is visible, and lights are shining on some of the audience, obscuring their faces. The album title is at the top in pink, with the subtitle below in orange. The album also includes his covers of the Equals original, Baby Come Back, Esther and Abby Ofarim's original, Cinderella Rockefeller, Cliff Richard's original, Congratulations, Robert Knight's original, Everlasting Love, Wilma Goich and Tom Jones' original, Help Yourself, the only track that didn't get to number one in the UK, the Beatles originals, Hey Jude and Lady Madonna, the Bee Gees original, I've Gotta Get a Message to You, which will be in a video of mine about 10 videos from now, the Rolling Stones original, Jumping Jack Flash, Tommy James and the Shondells original, Moni Moni, and Gary Puckett and the Union Gap's original, Young Girl, which I mentioned earlier I will be making a video of about 28 videos from now. Caddy's version of Mighty Quinn is rated the 11th best. Third, by Australian musician, conductor, producer, and record label entrepreneur and member of Electric Coconut, BWD Production, Bill Wellings, on May 24th, 1968, on his Music for Pleasure album, Hits 68. The album cover has a blue background with 3 blocks. The blocks are all bordered in light blue with purple backgrounds. The top left block has the album title in green, and the block on the right has the song titles listed in blue and green. The album also includes his covers of 3 songs that were on the Caddy album, as well as PJ Proby and Tom Jones' original Delilah, Lord Invader and Sonny Rollins and Company's original Don't Stop the Carnival, Michelle Fugain and John Rolls' original If I Only Had Time, Vicky and Orchestra Arno Flores' original Love is Blue, which song I mentioned earlier, Lulu's original Me, the Peaceful Heart, Don Partridge's original Rosie, Cilla Black's original Step Inside Love, and Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mick, and Titch's original The Legend of Xanadu. Fourth, by American bubblegum pop band of the 1960s, the 1910 Fruit Gum Company, in September 1968 on their Buddha Records album 123 Red Light. The album cover has a white background with a drawing of a boy and girl sitting on a bench, hugging and kissing, while a British-style policeman stands by holding up his huge right hand, which has a white glove on it. The album title is at the top left and the band name is at the top right, both in red with some of the song titles in the middle in blue. The album also includes their cover of the Ohio Express original Yummy Yummy Yummy, along with their originals 9-10 Let's Do It Again and the title track. Fifth, by American pop rock group popular in the late 1960s, the aforementioned Gary Puckett and the Union Gap, in 1968 on their Columbia album Young Girl. The album cover has a brown background with a photo of the band members, all dressed in their usual dark Revolutionary War-style military jackets. Puckett is in the middle looking over his shoulder while the others are facing the camera. All are smiling. The band name and album title are in white inside a dark red and pink oval with a white border above Puckett's head. Song titles are to either side of the oval. The album also includes the Puckett Group's original, the title track, which would become one of their biggest hits, along with their covers of Chris Gantry's original Dreams of the Everyday Housewife, made a hit by Glenn Campbell, Bob Shane's original Honey I Miss You, made a hit by Bobby Goldsboro, Petula Clark's original Kiss Me Goodbye, the aforementioned Lady Madonna, and Martha Reeves and the Vandellas and Aretha Franklin's original, the aforementioned Sweet Sweet Baby Since You've Been Gone. Sixth, by Canadian folk duo, one of my favorite duos, Ian and Sylvia, in 1968 on their Vanguard album, Nashville. The album cover has a drawing of the duo each sitting on a horse in a wheat field. Sylvia is in front wearing cowboy boots, blue jeans, and a white shirt. She's holding the reins in her right hand with her left hand resting on the horse's hindquarters. Ian is behind her in a cowboy hat and brown jacket. He's got the reins in his right hand with his left hand on top. Ian's horse is white and brown, while Sylvia's is all brown. The duo's names are to the bottom left in blue, with the and sign, a lighter blue. The album title is in the bottom left corner in orange. The album also includes another Bob Dylan and the Band original, This Wheel's on Fire, as well as Ian and Sylvia's originals, Southern Comfort and The Renegade. I've always had a soft spot in my heart for Ian and Sylvia because Sylvia was born in the same place I was, Chatham, Ontario, and I think Ian had one of the best voices in Canada. I'm sorry I don't have one of their albums to show you, but I do have this CD of Ian's. CD called Cowboyography, right here. Ian Tyson sitting on a horse there. Kind of looks like an old Daguerreau type of photograph there from the early photograph. That's the way it looks anyway. from that CD cover. This album's got a lot of good tunes on it too. It's got Navajo Rug, Summer Wages, 50 Years Ago, and The Gift, among others. Great tunes by Ian Tyson. That was about 1985 or 86 when that came out. Let's see, where did I leave off here? Yeah. Then we have seventh cover version by German beat group from Hamburg, active until the early 1970s, recording-wise, but still performing to this day, The Ravers, in 1968 on their Tip album, Big Hits. The album cover has a black background with the album title in large red letters in the middle. The album title and the band name are in much smaller white type, just above. The song titles are in even smaller gray type between the big red words of the album title. The album also includes their covers of the Outsiders' original Bend Me, Shake Me, John Fred and his Playboy Band's original Judy in Disguise, 1910 Fruit Gum Company's original Simon Says, David and Jonathan's original Something's Gotten a Hold of My Heart, P.P. Arnold's original The First Cut is the Deepest, and the Hollies' original You Need Love, as well as the aforementioned Cinderella Rockefeller, Delilah, Don't Stop the Carnival, Everlasting Love, Give Me a Little Sign, and Lady Madonna. Their version of Mighty Quinn is rated the 6th best. 8th by American actress and pop and jazz singer born in Sonoma County, California, Julie London, in February 1969 on her Liberty album, Yummy Yummy Yummy. The album cover has a gray and white background with a headshot close-up of London on the right. The artist's name is at the top left in white with the album title on 2 lines below in black. Some of the song titles are below that in white. The album also includes her covers of the Beatles' original And I Love Her under the title And I Love Him, Rita Moss's original Come to Me Slowly, Tony Bennett's original Hushabye Mountain, the Monkees' original It's Nice to Be With You, the Doors' original Light My Fire, which I made a YouTube video of at number 188, Spanky and Our Gang's originals Like to Get to Know You, and Sunday Morning, Richard Berry and the Pharaohs' original Louie Louie, Laura Nyro's original Stone Soul Picnic, Nelson's original Without You under the title Without Him, and the aforementioned title track. 9th by UK singer and actress Lulu in 1969 on her Columbia EMI album, Lulu's Album. The album cover has the look of a photo album cover with a red background and a purple oval at the top with the album title inside. Lulu's is in a darker purple than the oval with album in smaller black type. The album also includes Lulu's original, Come September, as well as her covers of Brooke Benton's original, A House Is Not a Home, the Spencer Davis Group's original, Gimme Some Lovin', the Bee Gees' original, I Started a Joke, Evan Williams' original, My Ain Folk, Joe Tex's original, Show Me, Judy Garland's original, The Boy Next Door, and Barbra Streisand's original, Why Did I Choose You, along with the aforementioned Cry Like a Baby. And 10th by UK rock and pop band The Hollies in 1969 on their Parlophone album, Hollies Sing Dylan. The album cover has a white background with rather lifelike drawings of the band members in black and white in the middle. The band name, which also serves as the beginning of the album title, is at the top in brown capital letters. Below the drawing, the word Sing is in smaller brown capital letters, and below that, the word Dylan is the same size and color as Hollies. The album is a tribute to Bob Dylan. The entire track list is made up of songs written or co-written by Dylan, as well as originally recorded or released by him. The album also includes All I Really Want to Do, Blowin' in the Wind, I'll Be Your Baby Tonight, I Shall Be Released, I Want You, Just Like a Woman, Quit Your Low-Down Ways, The Times They Are A-Changin', When the Ship Comes In, along with the aforementioned My Back Pages and This Wheel's on Fire. There are 105 more cover versions of Mighty Quinn. The one thing that I noticed about these cover versions is how many of these albums repeat the same songs. Yeah, that's something that I noticed about all these. Now here's some information about Manfred Mann. Manfred Mann were an English rock band formed in London in 1962. They were named after their keyboardist Manfred Mann, born Manfred Sepsi Lubowitz on October 21st, 1940, and he is now age 84, born in Johannesburg, South Africa, who later led the successful 1970s group Manfred Mann's Earth Band. The group had two lead vocalists, Paul Jones, born Paul Adrian Pond on February 24th, 1942, and he is now 83, born in Portsmouth, England. He was lead singer of the group from 1962 to 1966, and Mike Dabo, the father of actress Olivia Dabo, who played Karen Arnold in The Wonder Years and Princess Jenna in Conan the Destroyer. Mike Dabo was born Michael David Dabo on March 1st, 1944, so he is now 81, and born in Betchworth, Surrey, England. He was lead singer from 1966 to 1969 after Jones left to pursue a solo career. Other members of various group lineups were Mike Hugg on drums and percussion, born Michael John Hugg on August 11th, 1940, he's now 84, in Gosport, Hampshire, England. Mike Vickers on guitar, flute, saxophone, and Moog synthesizer, born Michael Graham Vickers on April 18th, 1940, he's 85, born in Staines-upon-Thames, England. That's not a very nice sounding name. Maybe they polluted the river quite a bit there, who knows. Dave Richmond on bass, born David Henry Richmond on March 29th, 1938. He is now 87 in Brighton, Sussex, England. Tom McGuinness on guitar, bass, and vocals, born Thomas John Patrick McGuinness on December 2nd, 1941. He's now 83 in Wimbledon, England. Jack Bruce, later of Cream, on bass, born John Simon Asher Bruce on May 14th, 1943 in Bishopbriggs, Lanarkshire, Scotland, and died on October 25th, 2014, aged 71, in Sudbury, Suffolk, England, of liver cancer caused by cross-addiction to both heroin and alcohol. And Klaus Voormann on bass, born Klaus Otto Wilhelm Voormann on April 29th, 1938. He is now 87, born in Berlin, Germany. Prominent in the swinging London scene of the 1960s, the group regularly appeared on the UK singles chart. Their breakthrough hit, 54321, from 1964, was the theme tune from the ITV pop music show Ready, Steady, Go. The band achieved a UK and US #1 hit with Doo-Wah Diddy Diddy from 1964, which made them the first Southern England band to top the US charts during the British invasion. I will be making a video of that song 17 videos from now. The group scored two more UK #1 singles with Pretty Flamingo from 1966 and Mighty Quinn from 1968. Now here's some information about Manfred Mann's discography and recording history. Their discography includes 9 studio albums, 9 EPs, 1 soundtrack album, 24 compilation albums, 26 singles, and 7 box sets. Their recordings have appeared on the following labels: His Master's Voice, Ascot, United Artists, Fontana, Mercury, Philips, Music for Pleasure, Janus, EMI, Capitol, C for Miles, Castle Communications, Polygram TV, Universal Music TV, Rhino, Decca, Magic, Umbrella Music, Parlophone, and East Central One. 701 records were released on Manfred Mann, plus 237 records under similar names and with other artists, for a total of 938 records between 1963 and 2020. And one more note. Manfred Mann is one of the few groups active in the 1960s whose members are for the most part still with us today. Only Jack Bruce, out of all the band members I could find, has passed away. That is a rare thing. Alright, now I'm going to sing The Mighty Quinn. Quinn the Eskimo. Alright, let's do this thing. Just going to have a little drink first before I do that. It sure gets warm in here with the air conditioner shut off while I make these videos. So, gotta get this over with so I can turn it back on. Alright, let's do it. I hope y'all can see me well over here. Nope. Let's see. So, The Mighty Quinn, Quinn the Eskimo, as made famous by Manfred Mann, written by Bob Dylan. Here we go now. Come on, go with them. Come on with him. You'll not steal see nothing like the mighty Quinn. Come all without, come all within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn. A little rough start, but hey, we're getting there. Everybody's building ships and boats. Some are building monuments, others jotting down notes. Everybody's in despair, every girl and boy. But when Quinn the Eskimo gets here, everybody's gonna jump for joy. Come all without, come all within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn. Can't say I don't get right into it. I like to go just like the rest. I like my sugar sweet. The jumping cues and making haste ain't my cup of meat. Everyone is beneath the trees feeding pigeons on a limb. But when Quinn the Eskimo gets here, all the pigeons gonna run to him. Come all without, come all within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn. Come all without, come all within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn. Let me do what I want to do. I can't decide them all. Just tell me where to put them, and I'll tell you who to call. Nobody can get no sleep. There's someone on everyone's toes. But when Quinn the Eskimo gets here, everybody's gonna want to doze. Come all without, come all within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn. Come all without, come all within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn. Come all without, come all within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn. Come all without, come all within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn. Woo, yeah. Mighty Quinn, Quinn the Eskimo from Manfred Mann, 1968. Hoo-ha, man. All right. Wow. I hope y'all enjoyed that little song and the stories I told. I sure did enjoy singing that, even though I'm sweating like a stuck pig right now, but I'll be all right. We got that old air conditioning back on soon. But that's going to do it for today's video. That's my 20th song off of this here list that I've been doing. And the next few songs are going to be by a Canadian artist who I like a lot, who comes from Winnipeg, where my mom was born, Burton Cummings. And the next song I'm going to do on a video is called I Will Play a Rhapsody. So, join me for that one next time. Hope you all enjoyed today's video, and have a great day. Bye now.